Hi everyone, this is Jackie.
And I'm Anna, and we are creative marketing consultants and the brains behind Hire AS.
Yeah, we're taking all the lessons we've learned working at agencies and marketing departments to help businesses like yours make an impact.
And this is Tipworthy, our podcast about marketing and how you can apply it to your business.
Yeah, we provide bite-sized insights so you can dip your toes into the strange world of marketing without drowning in it.
Ooh. So what are we dipping into today, Jacqueline?
Well, if our faithful listeners tuned into our last episode, we kind of left off with a little teaser there, and I feel like it's time to give those people what they've been waiting for.
Yeah, I guess. If you want to be nice.
Okay, so last episode, Anna was wearing a red beanie, and I said, I gave it to her for our anniversary and this and that, and then we started talking about our insights. And then I realized we talked a lot about language, the use of language, and how it can really set the tone. And then I realized at the end of that episode, I was like, oh my God, that's actually, your writing is what actually made me, it helped attract me to you and your universe, because it resonated with me so much. So do you want to tell this story?
It's just not that exciting, but basically,
wow, it's the origin of our love story. How's that exciting?
It's not this crazy.
She tells everybody that we met on Craigslist, which is not true. For anyone who didn't get that.
So basically, I hosted an art walk gathering on this app called Meetup. It's not a dating app. And it was just like meet friends, hang out with people. And I wrote this kind of funny, maybe a little bit ridiculous description about the event, and just kind of like encouraging people to come hang out. And I guess that is what made Jackie go, let me go meet some strangers off the internet.
In fact, we're going to pull it up right now. Okay. I'm going back into memory lane here. Okay, so it was a group that so here we go. I'm going to read it, and you can keep whatever you want from it. Okay, I'm going to read the meetup that Anna wrote in 2016. We are huge fans of the Downtown Santa Ana monthly art walks. You should come join us for the next one. It's fun, artsy, and there might be some free wine. You also get to support your local community of artists or something like that. And then it's like it's a link to a photo. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that is, but.
The link's probably not there anymore.
Maybe it's not there anymore. Let's meet in front of the den at 6:45, then head off to the wonderful world of street art. After we OD on culture, there are a few places to grab some food and drinks, and then she put the links. And then this is the touch. This is the touch. She put testimonials, and she put quotes. It's amazing by Andy Warhol. Anna and Gio are the Art Walk Queens by Frida Kahlo. A quote for what I don't understand, Christina, the group founder. It was acceptable. I guess I'd do it again. Jackson Pollock, and then Yas Queen, Alana Wexler.
That's it. That's all it took.
So many gems in that, and as you can tell, I was like, wow, what could have been an ordinary, like, come, we're gonna look at art and get coffee afterwards, like this, I have to admit, like, it was an experience, even just reading it right now.
All these years later,
I was just like, oh my God, this is like, I don't know, it's like this, it's quirky, like, so can you walk us through real quick, like, why you decided to, like, how did you come up with these little nuances? Well, she got me, you guys.
I think I was trying to describe what was going to happen, but make it fun.
Yeah.
And then I thought testimonials would be fun as kind of like proof that the art walk is fun, and I figured get the most ridiculous testimonials. And that's pretty much it.
Loved it. I hope you enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
It was a great walk. So, all right.
So what are we dipping into today?
Okay, today is a very exciting episode of the snacks and our topic, of course. But we actually, for the month of April, we finally got some recommendations that have come through from our listeners of like what to dip. So
Wish us luck, because we are
with you.
terrible. All right. So
first I want to plug who provided this snack. So Mafer, shout out to Mafer. She's a talented graphic designer and illustrator. She actually is also the one that we collaborated with on our holiday card last year.
Right here.
If you saw the holiday card, it was an illustration of Anna and myself and Charlie in front of this beautiful wall. And so, yeah, she's super talented. And she also has been listening to our podcast. So thank you again for that support. And if you haven't yet subscribed to our podcast and you're listening and watching, please do on YouTube and Spotify. So she told us about this. So this is, we have, ASMR here. We have plantain chips, and they're green plantains. The only thing that we're switching up that she doesn't know this is, since Anna loves her spicy stuff, we're doing chile picante type of plantains. So because
luck.
Well, listen, like I don't know if you've ever done this before. It's actually a really good idea, is eating your bagel with cream cheese with hot Cheetos. And I think we're gonna kind of replicate a little bit of that, because she says it's good to dip this into cream cheese.
All right.
So I have something to confess.
What?
She already knows. She's acting like she doesn't know. But I already opened the cream cheese because we had to delay this shoot a couple days, and I just couldn't take it anymore.
There were bagels in the house, so all bets were off.
So let's see how much damage I've done. You haven't seen it, huh? Oh God, I'm embarrassed. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay.
Well, I don't know how full it was, but it's now this full.
Yeah. Anyways, so.
Womp womp.
Womp.
Well, at least
All right.
at least there's plenty left.
Okay, so you'll do the ASMR. You'll do the ASMR for me. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna open it.
Okay. Well, let me.
We got them from Sprouts this time, so no Trader Joe's. Okay. Here we go. So Anna, before I'm like already getting ready to dip, and I'm like, I haven't even said anything.
She's already gotten to the cream cheese, so
I'm like, I totally forgot. Wait, as everyone knows, we cannot dip anything that's dip worthy until we share something that's dip worthy. So I guess I will kick us off here. We talk a lot about, especially with our clients, about making sure that there's goals in place. And so I think for me today, the marketing insight here is how to identify marketing goals that are actually going to be tangible and actually affect your business or like impact the work that you're doing, growing your business, and so forth. So, all right, y'all. I know that a lot of people out there, they all have all kinds of business goals. And then when it comes to marketing goals, there's, I've heard people say like they want to grow a following, or they want to, have one video go viral. And these are great. I'm not to say that these goals aren't great, but I think it's really important to always bring it back to your business. What are your business goals? Your business goal is what's going to inform your marketing goal. So
you want to repeat that?
Okay, sure. Yeah, sure. Happy to. Oh my God, I can't stop looking at this cream cheese. I'm going to cover it. It's distracting me. I'm sorry, I can't. I can smell it. Yes, so you can't really identify a solid marketing goal unless you have a business goal. Okay? Your business goal is there to inform your marketing goals, because your marketing goals are there to make an impact on your business, right? So I'll give you an example, and what better way to pretend I have a donut shop than in this example? So let's pretend I have a donut shop. And from a business perspective, sales are going well. Most of the standard donuts that we have are selling, but we want to see an uptick on let's just say we have vegan donuts. Okay. We're investing in these ingredients and people aren't really, buying them, or maybe they're not aware of them, right? And we want to see an increase, a business goal that's an increase in those vegan donuts. And so now that we have this business goal in mind, right? Now we can start putting together marketing goals that lead up to that. So let's say, okay, so now we have a business goal. So then now with your marketing goals, now you know that you want your marketing to be focused on making sure that you bring more awareness to your vegan donuts. And this could be done in big ways. For example, you could do, you can invest paid media, so boost certain posts, so get more reach. You can invest in maybe more signage on site to showcase that you have this vegan donuts. You can invest in, working with influencers, or you could do smaller things where if you have organic content, let's just say you post 3 times a week, you make sure that 1/3 of those, like one post out of those 3, really focuses on the vegan donuts, right? What makes them so special and all that good stuff. If you don't have time to post, you can also just, comment on other people's comments and say, hey, don't forget we have our vegan donuts, or something to that effect. But to sort of kind of close the loop on that is, if this business goal is to increase sales with the vegan donuts, then your marketing has to have a bit of, one of the marketing goals has to be that there's got to be a focus on communicating about these donuts. Mm-hmm. So let's say, for example, you didn't have any business goals and you're like, I just want to sell more donuts. That's okay too, right? Like, that is a little bit more broader. But do you see how, like, by being a little bit more focused in a certain product or a certain demographic, then it's easier to kind of start plugging in some of that marketing into your day-to-day. So what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's pretty dip-worthy, because a lot of the times I think people say, like, oh, I don't know what to post, or I'm not sure what to do with my marketing. And when you kind of align it with a business goal, it really makes it tangible, right? It brings it down, and you can kind of see why you're doing this or why you're going in that direction. So I think it's a great way to really just bring marketing from up here, just put it down here with the rest of the donuts.
Ooh, can I have that cream cheese now?
Sure.
Oh my God,
what's left of it? All right. I have to confess, plantain chips are not my favorite. They're okay. So
sorry, I don't want to smell. Why don't you like these kind of chips?
I don't know, they're just a little too sweet, and I kind of want it to be salty.
Well, maybe it'll be different today.
Well, put the cream cheese down.
Fine. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. I'll go first. Try one more. Try one more.
What are you thinking? Hold on.
Okay.
Actually, I kind of like these plantain chips. The chili is kind of yummy.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. Now, granted, Muffin, we're doing a different kind of plantain chip. I think you probably mentioned just the regular, but over here we're spicing it up. I'm not gonna lie to you. It feels like I'm eating a sushi roll.
Oh, you know what?
Right? I'm like, that almost like, I was like, what am I eating?
Like a sushi roll with like cream cheese.
Yes.
Because it's like savory and then the cream cheese comes in.
I don't know, man.
Damn, we are not good at this.
But we're trying new things.
That's true. I take back what I said about plantain chips. I kind of like these.
Okay, cool. All right, no more chips for you until you share your marketing insight.
Hold on. So we're talking about goals and how they need to kind of mesh together. Another important part of making sure your marketing goals kind of, make an impact on your bottom line is make sure you know how to measure them, right? It seems kind of easy. You set a number, try to get to it. But I think a lot of the times the issue is people don't, or rather, I think the issue that I think a lot of times happens is we're not sure how to make goals that are attainable and measurable, right? How can you meet a goal if it's not attainable or measurable? For instance, let's say your goal is to just increase general awareness, and you're like, okay, I want to increase my following by 2,000 a month. Let's be real, that's probably not going to happen, and then you're going to feel like marketing failed or it's not working because the goal is just not attainable. It's not realistic. So a better goal would be like, I want to post every other day, right? That's something that's more tangible, and that kind of makes your marketing not feel so lofty, not feel so big. Again, bringing it from here to here. Another way to kind of adding to that is how do you measure them, right? A lot of the times people ask us, what's the ROI? When you invest in us or when you do marketing.
What does ROI mean for some
Return
people?
on investment. If the money you put in is worth the money you're going to get back. And we always say,
We get this question a lot.
We get this question
Pay
a lot.
attention, everybody, in this very moment.
And the answer is well, it depends on your goals. We can't tell you how marketing is going to work if we don't know what we're going to market, right? We can't, this isn't a blanket thing where it goes, we're going to increase your sales by 50%, because maybe for you, your marketing goal is not to increase your sales by 50%. Maybe it's to increase your brand awareness by 10%, right?
How do you measure that?
By
your brand awareness.
You can kind of compare how many people were interacting with a post versus the month or the year prior. You can compare how many people are visiting your different websites or accounts before or after changing your marketing tactic, right? Just kind of setting like a marker in the sand and then moving stuff around to see if it takes you the same time to get to that marker. Ooh. Or if that marker changes on its own, right? But the point of it is to make it tangible, right? And to make it attainable. Because again, if you're trying to increase brand awareness and your goal is, I want to get a viral video, that could happen, but most likely than not, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, so for example, I don't know if it's kind of funny though, because the result was interesting. So I went to an expo the other day and I had a booth and I had these postcards that talked about our Dipworthy, and they had QR codes the goal there was, if I'm filling this, there was two things. Handing that out it showed our creativity, because I think sometimes it's challenging to make people excited about marketing strategy, but we're working on it, right? We're
trying.
So, and secondly, of course, we wanted people to scan it and start listening to it or subscribe. And what was cool about doing that is that day or maybe a couple of days after, I asked Anna, I was like, hey, was there an uptick? And there was not. But hey, you know what? Those are results, right? That means that even though you hand it out to somebody, they're not scanning it, right? That to me was like interesting. I was like, wow, but guess what it did do? People looked at it and they were like really interested in, I got some meetings. There was also a potential restaurant who was like, hey, you might stay tuned for that, potentially dipping at a restaurant, some stuff. So even though I didn't have the impact we want, I couldn't measure in that way. I think now I know that when we have that, when we showcase or promote the podcast in that way, it's going to have a different goal in mind. Mm-hmm. It's probably going to be more awareness or more of, of that than it is actually people are going to have to follow it.
See, we realize that our initial goal of seeing people come to the podcast, thanks to that flyer, whether it worked or not, is because we gave it a measurable result. Did we see uptick? No, right? So then now we know that specific tactic might need to change because we had an actual tangible way to measure it, instead of saying maybe people listen to it, right? No, we needed to be tangible. Did more people click on the link to start the podcast and listen to it?
Yeah. Not the most exciting results, but
the results that we can then grow and learn from.
Exactly. I think that's the biggest thing, huh? It's once you know how to measure it, you can use it to strategize, future efforts. And there's a word that we use in agency world. So I hope that whoever's hearing this and they end up talking to me, I'll know that they're listening, because the word that we use is optimization. So when you have goals and you can see results, the results help you to optimize your efforts, which means helps to elevate them, helps to
hone them, point them in the right direction if they weren't pointing in the right direction prior.
Yep. Yeah. I think it's pretty dip-worthy.
Yeah, I'll give it to me.
Yeah, give it to you.
Give it to you. All right, well, let's see if this still tastes like sushi.
Yeah, let's try it again.
All right.
You're scaring me. There's something about it's.
Why'd you get a bigger piece?
Fine. Here you.
No, I don't want that.
Just put it right here. Okay. No, it's weird. It's almost like it takes me a few minutes for my brain to realize that it's cream cheese. It's even the aftertaste is when it's cream cheese. Is that strange?
Huh?
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, cheers.
I never felt this way about cream cheese. Fucking sushi roll. Sushi roll.
That's all you can think about. Sushi.
It's a sushi roll.
Wow. Well,
To end it real quick, since we started talking about the meetup, our love story, I wanted to share this shirt I'm wearing, dedicating it to our love story. It says La Novia, La Novia, La Novia. These are shirts that we got custom made to wear the day after our wedding. So we wore these on the train to Santa Barbara, and
we wanted to be that. Was it that cringy couple that had like the just married stuff?
but we did our own style.
We did our own style of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So make it your own, everybody. Okay.
Well,
Well.
better luck next time.
Yep. But thank you, Muffet. Shout out to
Appreciate- yeah,
Muffet.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you for letting us try something new. And now you like plantain chips.
Now I
it
like
looks
plantain
so.
chips.
So if you know anybody out there who's listening who has a snack recommendation or a marketing insight topic that you want us to explore, send us an email, shoot us a DM. We're open. Let's do it. Let's
We're
go.
open to topics, snacks, you name it.
You name it.
All right.
All right.
Well, until next time.
Until next time. Okay.